Sarah needed a change, a fresh start. The old house at the edge of town was perfect, big, empty, and full of possibilities. People whispered about the house. They said it was haunted.
Ghosts aren't real.
She would soon find out the truth. The first night was quiet. Too quiet. The silence was broken only by the creaking of the floorboards. Sarah tried to ignore the sounds. She told herself it was an old house. Old houses made noises. It was only natural. As the days turned into weeks, Sarah began to feel uneasy. The house was always cold. No matter how high she turned up the heat, the chill remained. She started to see things out of the corner of her eye. A fleeting shadow, a flicker of movement. One night, as Sarah lay in bed, she heard a whisper. Her name, spoken softly. It seemed to come from the shadows in the corner of her room. She sat up in bed, her heart pounding.
Who's there?
Silence. Sarah lay back down, trying to convince herself it was just her imagination. But the whispers started again, louder this time, more insistent. They seemed to be coming from everywhere and nowhere at once. Sarah couldn't shake the feeling that she was being watched. She started sleeping with the lights on, but it didn't help. The whispers followed her everywhere she went. They were driving her mad.
Sarah.
One night, Sarah woke to the sound of her name being called. She sat bolt upright in bed. The room was dark, except for a single ray of moonlight that sliced through the darkness. And in that ray of moonlight, Sarah saw it. A figure, tall and shadowy.
Oh my God.
Terror gripped Sarah's heart. She wanted to scream, but no sound came out. The figure took a step towards her, and the shadows seemed to reach out, twisting and writhing like living things.
You can't escape. You're mine now.
Sarah scrambled back in bed, her eyes wide with terror. She had to get out of there. She had to escape. Sarah jumped out of bed and ran towards the door, but it wouldn't open. She rattled the handle, but it was no use. She was trapped. The whispers grew louder, swirling around her like a vortex of madness.
No, please.
The shadowy figure glided towards her, its form becoming clearer with each passing moment. It was the figure of a man, his face pale and gaunt, his eyes burning with a cold, malevolent light.
You should have listened. This house, it doesn't let go.
Sarah screamed as the shadows enveloped her, dragging her down into the darkness. The house stood silent once more, empty, but the whispers remained, echoing through the empty halls, waiting for the next unsuspecting soul to fall prey to its evil embrace.